Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equity Story. Uh, just having a look at obviously the ASX on a long-term trend, and again we had a good day today. And what was good is that obviously a lot of people in our market seeing a bit of value, so we're not so totally being sort of dictated to by Wall Street, which is good to see. And again, I think we need to, if we can by Friday evening have a few good days and be trading back over 5,300, I think that could set us up a little bit better and give us a little bit more comfort how we might trend over the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks. You can see the short-term chart again. I had this big loop over, and you can see the down days here. I think what we got here is sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, the market does tend to move in certain type of patterns, and we do look at the 9s and the 13s, and possibly this could be a little bit of support now. So hopefully, we'll wait and see. Just having a quick look at the trending shares. BAP had a sort of pretty rough day today, but for me, it absolutely looks fine. It's come back. This is one of the best trending stocks on the ASX. You don't want to get shaken off if it has a sort of one bad day. It's holding that sort of long-term trend line absolutely beautifully, and at the moment I've certainly got no issues with BAP. Again, when you get a company obviously performing like BAP is, you certainly I think it gives you a little bit more insurance that hopefully that trend will continue. ORE had a nice day today, up about 1.79%, and again setting itself up perfectly for that sort of movement in the chart. So hopefully, holding that long-term moving average in that trend line, and hopefully should bounce pretty nicely off it. As FPH, we have been in this one for a while, but again, it's through the ASX. It's down 8%. It's held up absolutely beautifully, and it gives you. I think it's a classic example when you get the good trends and the right trends, how they can also sort of give you a little bit of protection in a pretty rough market. And FPH, Fisher & Paykel, certainly that chart looks absolutely stunning. As does GHC. And again, like I said, we put these trends on because we were a little bit nervous of the market. And again, looks absolutely fantastic. SIP, again, sort of more or less where we put it on. I think as soon as the market sort of stabilizes, I don't see any reason why this can't have a nice little move up. It might be next week or the week after, but certainly, I think the trend looks good. The performance of the company is absolutely exceptional. So, very, very happy to own SIP and hold it. As for Vocus, again, it's holding that sort of $7, that long-term trend line. We're bearing with it at the moment. Again, a little bit surprised how badly this one's been sold down, simply because obviously their earnings report was so good. I do think obviously you got your trends, but common sense will prevail. We should hold around that $7 before we start making our way back up. FXL again had a good day today, up at one stage it was up about 5%, ended up about 4%. Good price action. This should continue hopefully, and this good price action should get a little bit better. And again, good to see obviously CBA up, holding above that long-term support, and obviously Westpac up about 1.5%. Again, holding support, and hopefully could start at least bouncing up and start trading it back into a higher range from where it is at the moment. What I thought I'd do tonight is actually just go for a whole list of stocks that I'm actually looking at, and I am being a little bit cautious what sort of trends I'm putting on, but I would like to pick out a few for those out there maybe who are a little bit more confident than me in the market at the moment, because certainly could give you some really good ideas or some stocks that you might be interested in trending at the moment. One of those is Class 1, and again, had a little bit of a run up, and we're actually sort of been looking at this, maybe potentially put this on as a 3-year growth story. And as you can see, the chart's absolutely exceptional. This company did have some great earnings growth, about 70, I think it was about 71%. run a little bit hard, but I think if it can come back to this $4 level, if we have a few rough days, certainly this could be a really interesting trend to jump into. Class 1 is a class company, excuse the pun, and I think certainly it's one, if it's not on your radar, just put it on your watch list, because it's certainly looking like it's seeing some pretty exciting things. As is RSG, and the market, it's been pretty tough recently, and obviously this trend is absolutely fantastic, and I don't think you could have a better looking stock as a stock, and normally I think I'd be putting this on, and even though it's had that incredible run up of late, and it still looks very, very, very good. As does Whitehaven Coal. Again, it's having another strong week, and I think this chart looks absolutely stunning. I mean, it could come back to, it's what, 235. It might come back to 220, 225. But certainly, if you're looking to trend some stocks, have a look at Whitehaven, because I think it looks absolutely stunning. TWE, again, this is a company we've trended quite a few times. Fundamentally, we like it. I like the price movement it's had today. Again, it had a pretty, just have a look, what was that, up 1.7%, had a pretty good day, holding what we call a sort of medium-term sort of happy line on a daily chart, and for me it actually looks pretty bullish, and I think certainly if you look at it now, it's around sort of $11. You think it could again retest that sort of $11.50. Flight Centre, this stock actually we've never traded before, and I think the trend's actually looking pretty good, and it's actually having a pretty nice sort of move up. I think it should hold these levels, but certainly it's certainly one to have on your watch list. As is Aristocrat. Again, we've done really well with Aristocrat in the past, and let's just look at this long-term trend line. I think if she can come back here to around just under $14 and turns up again, this is this could be a great money maker for us. And Ansell, again, a stock we have trended in the past, looking pretty good. Again, I think holding around those that $22. And again, if this one turns up, and that short-term chart again, looking absolutely stunning. And if it can have a little bit of move up, we could certainly put this on as a trend sooner than later. Obviously, BAP, we're in the stock at the moment. We like it, but I think if it can hold this sort of aggressive trend line and turn up, I think it's definitely gonna, I definitely, if you're not in it, make sure have a look at getting some of the stock. Another one of the great trends, Blue Sky, again, came down this week, touched that trend line and bounced back up pretty quickly. I don't think you could get a better looking, more bullish company. A company that we have trended before, and it's we sold it a little bit too early, and again we made a good profit on it, but again it's had a fantastic run. I'd be very excited if this can come back down to sort of $5 and start turning up again. Certainly have it on the watch list. Northern Star, I think you've all got this on your watch list. Again, we're just watching this if it can turn up, because I think this could be some really good buying from this sort of level. As is CNU now. Again, this has been trending absolutely beautifully recently, and you can see this had one of the best trends. You can see a perfect swinging pattern, and then this obviously had a really sort of break on the trend recently, and I think if CNU can come back down to sort of 373 level, maybe 362, and then starts turning up, I think it's certainly worth a look. And we've got a few stories like that. I think obviously MVF, Monash IV, again, this is a company we really do like the story. It's got some great earnings growth, and again we're just watching this carefully. I think if it can come back a little bit, even $2.20, maybe even $2 certainly, and starts turning up, I think great company, good earnings growth, could be a really interesting trend for us. We've actually got a heap of them, and obviously Catapult, this is one that we're obviously in. It's part of our 3-year growth stories, and I said last night, if it can come back down to even these 3 levels, it's for me it's a fantastic buying opportunity. Fundamentally, but also I think definitely I think Catapult will hold that long-term trend. I think the story is just too good. And certainly, definitely, we've got Bellamy's as well. I'm just waiting for Bellamy's to come back. If it can come back to these $12 and turn up again, I think it'll be a fantastic trend. As Blackmore's again, we think this is great buying around this level, and definitely if it can start turning up, this potentially could be another interesting little trending buy. That's all I've got to say tonight in Equity Story. I just want to, we are looking at stocks all day long. We are being a little bit sort of conservative at the moment because everything's a little bit rocky. But hopefully it'll smooth out and we'll get a bit of smooth air, and the turbulence will go away and we can start running some more trends. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to Equity Story, and have a good night. Good night.